Hello and welcome back to Downtime Activities, and welcome back to our combined Star Wars game. When last we left, our young Force sensitives and our scumbag big bad wolf bounty hunter, they just gotten and their last we left our young Force sensitives and their weird sketchy uncle. They had just gotten done surviving the night in this desert medical facility. Whether it helped or hindered them overall medically is up for debate, but they survived it, and that's what matters. And have, successfully killed off the babies as well as the matriarch flare stingers. It is worth noting here really quickly before we go to the next more story-driven, or other story-driven part of this. Technically, no force here, but something that functionally that could be considered an animal that you hunted and killed, since you got the killing blow on the matriarch flare stinger. If you think that that's a cool emblem or whatever for your eventual Mandalorian,
I was still kind of wondering if we could build a Mandalorian clan around hunting Inquisitors. Does that count?
I mean, that's up to you. That's up to you to try and see if they'll let
that could be cool.
That could be pretty rad too.
Make heavy use of refined cortosis and just
give them a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome. But what had just happened before we ended the last episode is Zadra, missing a leg and floating in a back to tank, finally woke up. And when he did, pulling himself out of the tank, gasping for air, said that we need to go back to Rhen, which doesn't necessarily mean much to the two of you initially, because you didn't know the name of the planet you did your training on. However,
oh no!
After a second after him saying that, and with your own previous Force vision, you can connect two and two together easily enough to know that what he meant was, hey, maybe there's more than one frozen planet in Star Wars, and Hoth wasn't the one you were on.
Is Red Bar the one that's got two maps from Battlefront 1?
That's correct.
I was like, I know that.
It's a really good Battlefront 1 map.
Both maps.
Both are very
good.
Not that there's many bad maps in any of the Battlefront 1 or 2 games.
That doesn't sound good. You need, medical attention.
He says, they're close. They're very close. I think that they may be done or close to it by the time we arrive. And that's if we go straight there. Where are we?
Ask your droid.
Yes. R3! And he's he lets go and slides himself and sinks back in and shakes his head and he pulls himself back up and kind of shakes the Bacta loose off of it. I picture it almost congealed and sliding off, even though it is very liquidy for some reason. I picture it viscous. Anyway, as he pulls himself back up, and he says, R3 took you to the old Republic hidden outpost that went radio silent 3 years before the war ended, and upon looking into it, seemed like the entire base had been taken out. So, great idea, R3, for that one. It's just if it could shrug, you think it would. You speak it. Basically, he's like, I just took him to the nearest medical facility.
I'm not happy with him either.
Says, at any rate, looks like everyone look a little.
It was filled with flare stingers.
Oh, flares.
Apart from you, we're mostly worse off than when we arrived.
Well, I'm well enough off to get a crutch and get on board that ship. I may not be a ton of use in a fight right now. Hopefully there won't be. I don't know how much of one will be waiting for us, but I don't think we have time to spare.
I don't really think any of you are in a shape for a fight.
Well, we'll just have to do our best. Yay, team. Anybody want to take a crack at that medical kit to see if they can fix up my arm?
I am.
Let me check really quickly if Zadra has. He doesn't have any ranks in medicine, I know that, but let me
see if his intellect's higher.
Check and see if his intellect's higher than yours.
Yeah.
This. And this. He's got an intellect of 3.
Oh.
One better.
Do you want him to make it?
Yeah.
He's slightly better qualified.
Okay. You kind of help him up out of the tank, and you can definitely find some chunk of metal or something that kind of welds. And you could probably mechanic something together to make a makeshift crutch for him.
What's the medical facility? They don't have any crutches laying around?
They got a crutch laying around. A vibro crutch.
I'll take the makeshift crutch myself.
For yours was a hard injury, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, he's not... Technically, since he gets to pretend like he has a rank in it, he's slightly favored in this role. 3 of those. Okay.
Oh,
4 success,
hey.
3 threats.
I don't know
What's the
Right,
threat?
I think threat can take
It
strain
hurts.
away or something. We'll just say for the sake of this that Zadra follows the instructions. That it's not so much of him pouring back to and stuff. It's oh yeah, it pierced through the bone and broke your arm. So it's him resetting your arm and then putting back over it to try and wrapping it and bandaging tightly to make it heal
He,
over time.
like Riden, doesn't apply any painkillers until he's done working.
He's like, and 3 morphine shots. Wait, that should have been at the beginning.
Well,
Sorry.
it skipped to the second page. I just started on the first page that showed up. There's a lot of prep. I didn't sterilize anything.
That's the threat.
The threat is gangrene. The threat of gangrene lies around every corner.
However, I am no longer crippled.
You are no longer crippled. Your arm is functional once again.
Yay.
And Flopsy is going to hug you so hard and full of tears. I thought you were
Doesn't
dead.
Flopsy also have a critical injury?
She does. But I think we already tried to heal it today.
We did. You guys did try hers.
Yeah.
Said that one.
It's at
It's an average one, right?
Maybe before we go down
Is
to the
that
planet, we
10?
can take another one. No, your wounds are at 10, but your
You have a critical injury
Oh,
that
yeah,
has to
yeah,
get
yeah.
healed. It doesn't have any effect on you currently. It just means that you
It's a
have one
fearsome
that'll
one.
add on to
yeah.
other ones you get. So healing it eventually is a good idea. But it's not a long-term functional, not worth.
Or you might lose a leg.
Or be more likely to lose a leg at the very least.
So I guess statistically, how are Zadra's critical injuries if that's something?
So statistically,
I would say he still has the mistake.
I mean, well, yes.
here's the thing. Statistically, Zadra had, I believe, he probably will still have some added on. He has healed 1 critical injury over the night. You don't know how many he had previously. Statistically, the leg one is healed over, but he would still have some add on. And it seems like he's more than your average person just sitting there. Is naturally healed more overnight because he's been fully submersed in Bacta,
Right.
which helps that natural process go a lot quicker.
Okay.
He's still missing a leg and has a crutch, so he's probably not super useful in a fight.
Well, yeah. That's. I just want to know if
do we
somebody
have
gets
time
the
to
drop
get him a
on-
leg on the way?
I don't. He doesn't seem like
swing
it.
through a drive-through.
He seems like
It's like
Every
those,
second
marriage
counts.
drive-thrus in
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Legs are us.
legs on us. And he's thinking that getting something like that connected in and functional is not 30-minute process. That's going to be at least a day-long thing to get a leg attached in, and he doesn't feel like there's enough time for that.
That is
He
fair.
is in a hurry for a fight. A scuffle.
Or at least to drop some explosives
Actually-
from orbit. How are we on explosives? Because we might need to blow the shit out of a thing.
I have 2 sets of explosive shackles.
Well,
You put the cave in handcuffs, and then you wait for it to try and escape.
well, then we might be in some trouble because I don't have any way of destroying a temple or whatever. Zadra, what do you think we can do to
Eat some Chick-fil-A. Wait 30 minutes.
wait 30 minutes?
He says,
blow it up.
I don't know how Master Dekunji went about doing it to begin with. I'd like to think I'm strong enough in the Force that I could bring something like that down, but I'm not sure I am.
Okay.
I think between the group of us and the effectiveness of lightsabers, hopefully, if we're able to have some
Stab.
time, we can make the thing
Stab.
unusable.
Punch.
Okay. Fair
I've
enough.
never used the room myself. I don't know exactly what the function of it is. To be honest with you, I've only seen inside of it once.
Oh, okay.
And it's been some time.
Is this place underground or?
Yes.
Partially. There's a cave system that's somewhat hidden underneath a frozen lake. The access to it was open for us to come and go at the time that I think the attack happened.
I'm just wondering if your ship or both of our ships would have the firepower to destroy this
Oh yeah.
place?
My ship likely... There is an open front to the cave that overlooks a kind of cliff face. I might be able to get an angle on it from there.
Fair enough.
We don't have... Look, every single demolitions charge we borrowed from the Mandalorian we used.
Yeah, we'll just do our best. We don't have time to like go stock up, so we just have
You
to.
just keep saying that.
A positive mindset is winning half of the battle. The other half
is
I'll wait to get a positive mindset until we've won the first half.
and at that point we will have won. Fortunately, the second half of the battle is much harder than the first.
Alright, well, I guess we'll hop on the ship. Stagger our way out.
Okay. He'll use the vibro crutch. He'll limp his way over there with you guys.
I don't know. I think it'd be really funny if you had like a hoverboard.
Let's just tie him to Flopsy's back like C-3PO.
Yeah, just like I'll fold it up.
You could do that. I could carry you.
I could tell you were super on board with that idea when he said that. I don't know how on board Zadra would be.
You just be like little Yoda.
You know, I think he would prefer to walk on his own. Sad day, I know.
I mean, from what little I understand about this whole thing, the people in charge of this place that you want to go attack are the people that just took one of your legs, correct?
They were the people who took control of this place, that drove us out. Clearly they're out on the look for us, so that individual will likely not be there, though some of the Inquisitorious troops may very well be. I find it hard to believe that the Empire would devote a Inquisitor to stay and watch after what is essentially a construction project. If it's done, perhaps one would return to attempt to use it. We have to get there before that happens, though. This place... It's hard to explain. Functionally, this place gives the Empire the ability to find people like us very easily. Including those who have not discovered that they have the abilities we have yet. Which means the next generation of people who have these abilities will be Inquisitors or they will be dead.
This is some real space wizard bullshit.
That it is. And some very high stakes space wizard bullshit that needs to be solved before the Emperor has access to it.
Do you think we could take on more Inquisitors?
My hope is that there's no Inquisitors there.
Listen, I'm just saying. I went 3 rounds with an Inquisitor. That's all I got to say.
Says, you handled yourself admirably in a very tough situation there, and I owe you my life for it.
I'm very mad at you. Do not ever say that.
Listen, just wait till I get my second lightsaber, then you'll see.
Then
Maybe he'll accidentally cut one of his own legs off. Just figure the two of them around.
I know, like little nunchucks or something. Like,
Watcha.
cut yourself.
I don't know why I'm still going along with this. I want to get back to bounty hunting.
Says,
Isn't this just the greatest bounty of all? Friendship?
Zadra rolls his eyes at you. He looks back over and says, while I understand that you have very little driving you to help us at this point, our business is more or less concluded. I can't go on a sidetrack from this mission to drop you back off at your ship yet. So if you aren't coming with us during the
stay here or come along. Yeah.
Says, and I can promise you this, that if you help us, I will at the very least owe you another favor. This could be a dangerous cycle that we play here, but you're more than capable in the fight, and we need all the help we can get.
Well, I think after busting you out of that Imperial frigate, the number of favors you owe me is
Exponentially.
Yeah.
He says.
All right. Let's go.
Well, I mean, exponentially of 1 would be like 2. So you just-
Exactly.
Exponential.
Exponential.
You'll owe me 4 favors next session.
Just you
These
win.
next 2 sessions are going to be great.
Crazy. So the group of you guys are loading into the Whisper, and which is the wire at work that's called the Whisper, but somebody replaced. I work at a job that's hard to explain, but there's something called Whisper that had a label on it, and somebody replaced the S with a TH, so that says Whisper, and just wait for somebody to notice. And I was the person who noticed, and it was hilarious. Anyway. You guys load up onto the Whisper, and the whole team loaded on. It is going to take off and start heading for Rhen.
Before we take off, is there a nice rock on the ground?
Justin,
Give me a daunting perception.
Trish?
These are very...
Exponentially. Look, there's plenty of rocks around here. You want a rock, you can find a rock.
No, I want...
You didn't ask for a rock. All right?
Daunting is 4, and then your perception is 2 success, 1 threat.
You find an awesome rock. It's like, almost like semi-spherical. Like it's like rounded around the outside. It's kind of like a dark stonework. It's kind of like an elongated spherical shape. It's a really cool rock.
Is it an egg for one of these things we had to kill last night?
I'm taking it.
Okay, you got this sweet rock. Go ahead and write, like, super cool rock in parentheses on your character sheet somewhere. Just
Why does
so
this
I can
super cool rock have a timer associated with it in my inventory? That's weird.
That's weird. This rock, it's like pretty ideal rock.
High on the rock tier list.
That's correct. We'll never come back. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Why do I have super cool rock written on my character sheet? And at that
And
moment...
at that moment, that's why I write down. So when I inevitably forget, you remember and ask 3 sessions from now, and I go, oh yeah, this happens.
I wrote in parentheses, egg.
Question mark? No. Hey, no.
No.
This could be really funny when it comes up without context from Scler and Jerry.
I'm so excited
It's
about
gonna
the
be a
rock. I'm
repeat
just
of the spider orb thing from
I hate your religion.
So, with that, your new cool rock tucked away.
Yep.
Anything else you guys are wanting to do on this terrible planet before you leave?
This terrible, super no good planet.
Burn it to the ground?
I hate sand.
If it was spiders, you would have burned it to the ground.
That is
But it was scorpions, so you're only going to
Didn't
leave
we
it.
literally like burn a planet of spiders or
I'm
whatever?
playing...
I think that was
Like
Spelljammer. I think that was
Yeah.
D&D Spelljammer. You guys found a massive cave full of giant spiders, and instead of like doing the quests associated with it, you just like burned it. You like burned the entire mountain to the ground.
I've been
something.
playing so much Animal Crossing, and I run into scorpions, and this one giant elephant man in my, like, town was in my way when I was running away from a scorpion, and I got stabbed by a scorpion, and it
Got
was...
body blocked.
If I had a
And I
name-
almost kicked him out of my town, and then I started feeling bad. That's like, you do it. Do it.
And that's why you're the morally ambiguous, force sensitive of this part. So, with that, you guys are on your way to Rhen. It'll be a couple of hyperspace jumps, unless anything
Can I-
is happening.
Force move my cool rock to, like, make it, like, float. Like...
Go ahead and roll me force die.
Ba-bam!
Two
Two
light
light side.
Oh yeah, you're like, you got this down. This thing's so small compared to some of the, like, you were able to move that huge crate in the Star Destroyer, or the reconnaissance frigate before. Like, this thing's easy work. You're just like twirling it around in the air. Like, you've got this down.
Nice. I'm gonna be doing that the whole time.
Can I try and roll? I guess get bully Zadra into trying to cure Flopsy's injury.
Sure. You don't have to roll anything. If you ask, this journey will take just enough time that he'll have enough time to attempt to cure her wound.
Nice.
Oh, I'm fine.
What are we going to regain wounds-wise over the course of this?
Travel in Star Wars is so arbitrary.
It's 3 jumps.
3 back.
3 back. Cool. Go
Puts me almost to max.
13 naked cowboys on Ram Ranch.
And yours was an average injury?
Yes.
3 success. So
Hey.
you will fix your wound.
Nice.
Yay!
So you can delete.
Delete.
You can erase all that.
Delete. It'd be cool if we had like iPads.
There's so many
like,
things in the world that would be so cool if you just had integrated technology for it.
Be pretty sweet. So, arriving outside of Rhen at the end of these jumps, there are no Imperial blockades, there's no massive ships outside. You don't see anything in orbit around the
You
planet
just
arriving
see
outside.
Well, that just seems irresponsible.
one robot man.
It seems like this planet doesn't have any reason for anybody to go to it ever, so they don't have to like blockade it off from the couple of people who know about it and are going to come for it, probably.
Yeah.
They have one AA battery, and it sees you.
It sees you. Getting close to the world, Zadra does have. Luckily, you guys are on Zadra's ship, which has super long range scanners, because it's a recon ship, not a combat ship. And he does say that there is a small installation built up around the cave, and that it does have like some weapon installations. So he probably shouldn't land next to the cave.
Oh.
He says, "Looks like we're going to repeat our first lessons."
Can you do it on that crutch?
He shrugs and says, I don't know. I don't know.
Brutal. I mean,
Our first
if you
lessons.
know, like, how we can destroy it, like, we can do it. Like,
I don't know what the Gunji did to try and destroy this, but I don't know if it's just leveling the whole cliffside or if it's something more finesse was needed. Maybe he just brought it down quickly and there's a smaller thing that needs to be done to make it not work anymore.
fair enough.
I don't know how the cave works to begin with. The space wizard bullshit involved there, he says, giving us an idea, is very old.
Fair enough.
Older than Master Gunji, older than anyone alive.
Well, maybe we can get some munitions from the Inquisitorius to help us along.
At the very least, you might be able to figure out what they've figured out about the place.
Alright.
I don't want to be a hindrance on the group. Are you suggesting that...
I mean, that's your call.
It's also a question of whether we can. It's a possibility we can shut down their scanners and
Oh, that is true.
anti-air capabilities, and then you can provide air support.
Those also would be pretty powerful.
He says, I don't need my feet. I don't need both feet to drive this thing. So I
Just
think I
one
could
foot?
be stationed here and ready on comms.
I think that might be a good idea.
R3 and I will hold down the fort.
You're just Overwatch. It's fine. Alright.
Be careful, you two. All of you. Be careful.
He's like, this would be, like, if this was Zadra's story, this would be heart-wrenching.
It's very hard for Zadra to do. Be like, I'm not useful, and the people that I feel solely obliged to keep alive, I can't go with them to do something very dangerous that I'm kind of hamstring them into doing.
There's a lot of hand-wringing going
That's
on.
right. He will land not as far as your first lessons were, but a decent bit away from this. And you know the mountain range to head towards.
Yes.
I kind of want to. I guess as everybody's like getting ready to leave, I want to take Zadra aside for a second.
Yeah.
I don't remember, or I don't know how much you remember of being on the Inquisitor vessel. I don't know how much you want to remember. But the Inquisitor knew Manus's name and seemed to know quite a bit about him. I'm concerned that information might have been tortured out of you. Not that I necessarily blame you. I just want to know if that's the case, how much they know.
I remember a good deal from before you all arrived. I can tell you that there are abilities within the Force to pry information, even unwillingly, from someone's mind, without words needing to be shared.
Who's listening?
Jeff Bezos. The Inquisitor, Jeff Bezos. That being said, the ability to do that is more effective against those whose minds are weaker in the Force.
I don't entirely understand what that means, but continue.
What I'm saying is, let me speak plainly. It's this like inherent thing of once you move into a master role of somebody, you feel the need to speak cryptically. As a Jedi. I don't understand what it is, but it's this aching thing in the back of your mind.
It's better to just speak plainly with me anyway. I mean, we're both just... We're men of action. We're men of... let's be honest, our plans aren't terribly complex most of the time. We tend to be the run-and-gun sort.
It's just Zadra
trying
to be a wise master, but he's just a soccer hooligan Jedi.
Yes.
Like,
and he's like, a very fair point, speaking plainly. The Inquisitor tried to force information out of me with the Force, but was unable to do so. The Inquisitor also tried to force information out of me with more practical means, torture, in the normal and non-Force sense, and was unable to get anything out of me. That's why I was in the shape that I was in when you arrived.
So
if he knows Manus's name, he's either gotten that through recon of some sort, or there's some sort of connection between the two of them that I don't fully know or understand.
That's...
He called him on speed dial.
I did. I sat down and hit him with the Force speed dial, and I was like, shit!
That's what... thus is my second concern, which is how that Inquisitor knows and how much they know. But if it didn't come from you, then... Well, then we have no idea at this point.
Certainly something that all of us on board this ship, and he gives you like a very like serious look here, like everybody on board this ship should keep a very close eye on.
He's like, if Manus turns to the dark side,
give him the auto fire.
Kill him immediately.
The eyes he gives you, I'm not going to make you roll for. He gave you the eyes of like, those kinds of connections are dangerous, and depending on how they end, action is necessary, and we are men of action.
Well, why do you think I didn't really want to keep hanging around with you all?
Because, understandable.
But if it comes to that, you've got my go.
I hope it doesn't. And I hope that whatever this connection is, if there is one, I hope there's enough latency on it we get off here before it's made once again.
Yeah, what's your ping?
With your 4-speed dial.
It's when I accidentally hit the button, instant.
Can we hope that when he shows up and tries to kill us, we lag out and teleport?
Well, that's basically
he stabs where you were 2 seconds ago, and then you've made it back to the ship.
That's the thing. He's like, they're on this planet, but I'm actually on his ship. Like, he's like, he's there. And it's like, I'm actually right behind him.
Instead of playing like Duel of the Fates in the background of your next fight, it's playing a dial-up tone the whole time.
Yeah.
Now I want to hear Duel of the Fates played on just modem noises.
Just modem noises? Modem noses. Okay. And with that, is that the end of this conversation?
Yeah. That derailed such a serious conversation.
You gotta balance it out.
That's right.
Turned out all it took
you gotta cut heavy with the goofy.
Turned out all it took was the word latency.
That's all it takes.
That
We're a simple bunch.
Simple.
All right. This seems like a cold planet, so I'll get my concealing robes. Not that I'll probably need them because I've got fur. Just put them on over my armor. I guess we're here leading the way, if you know where you're going.
It's probably Flopsy taking the lead on that one.
Oh yeah, I'm very helpful in this terrain.
You're like, finally.
So no real check is going to be required by you two at this point because you're going to a familiar place. No check to navigate that is necessary.
I'm gonna take him and put him on my back because he don't like the snow.
You'd probably see Manus, I assume, goes from this to this as soon as you walk out back onto this damn frozen box of a planet. The two furry ones are probably totally fine. You're not too uncomfortable, and you're literally, this is like, you're like a husky getting thrown out of a summer into a snow and
the second
like
I get
splashing
here,
around and
like,
having a great
splashing,
time.
I'm like, and then I pick them up, put on my back that I've just rolled around in snow. And
Probably makes you colder, but you don't have to walk at least. And for sake of this, he didn't drop you off on the top of a mountain overlooking this other mountain, so you don't have to do what you did last time. It's kind of just a straight path to maneuver to this mountain until you get there.
Yeah.
I will make you
Are
guys...
we going by that one scary cave?
No, not necessarily, because,
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to your cave, which is basically next to that one scary cave, so you will be near it again. For better or for worse.
Scary cave. Scary
No.
cave.
Shut up, Sith boy.
Is that in character?
Riden has no idea what that.
I assume Scary Cave was also not in
Also,
character. So you guys will walk along the snow. I'll have everyone just go ahead and give me, because you're either furry or in the cloak, I'll just make it an easy resilience.
Okay.
You get a boost on this, I think.
Yes,
for
I do.
Your race. This is just to resist the cold. Just to see if there's any, if any of you get frozen out.
So I remove one setback die due to the cold.
Oh, so only setback die.
Oh, okay.
So you get
No setback dice. Then. There's no setback.
Oh, I remember one
So-
setback die from darkness.
It's resilience. So it's just brawn. Easy, you said?
Yep.
Okay. 3 success, 3 advantage.
3 success, 3 advantage.
1 failure, 4 advantages.
Do I need to carry you too?
No, I'm just... It's cold.
Suffer
But
2
that's
strain.
fine. Okay.
Yeah, 1 advantage.
1 advantage for you, nothing else? Okay. Because you're being carried, you're fine.
I doubt I'll have to make a whole bunch of intimidation checks to lower and just lower the difficulty of them, which is mostly
Probably not more than 1 or 2, right? And then you guys will get up to the edge of this kind of mountain range. You guys, again, there's a pretty clear path you can take if you take the same one you took before. I'll have each of you guys roll me either an athletics or a coordination to maneuver up some rock faces and stuff to get closer into where you're actually
What's
close to this.
difficulty?
Oh,
average.
I have a,
Average.
You'll do athletics.
I have
One
a
success, one
and it's
advantage.
brawn.
Okay.
Yeah. Isn't Skulls coming with us?
I assume so if you want him to.
Yeah.
Unless you're really much.
3 success.
It turns
2
out-
advantage.
For
He
me.
is totally capable of being surprisingly quiet, which is horrifying. And he's quite athletic, so 3 success, an advantage, and a triumph. What was yours?
3
yes.
success, 2 advantage.
Okay, and yours?
And mine.
He is he's a big burly boy. He just like grabs a rock and pulls himself up on it and kind of like he's designed to be big and burly and
Fezzik climbing the...
That's right. It's just
You can carry all of us. So, 2 and 2. So.
2 and 2. So everyone succeeds with the bit. Like it's you guys maneuver very well. With your guys' path and the physical capabilities of this group, it is not very challenging for you guys to maneuver your ways through these rock faces and get to kind of the outskirts of the clearing in the mountains where the cave was, whatever. You can see that there's a small facility around the outside of this. It's basically like fenced off. There's a couple of like batteries that you can kind of see over the top of the fencing inside of here that are probably anti-air. You can see what looks like a shuttle as well as 2 TIE fighters landed in that area as well. And there's a number of people kind of maneuvering around, not on the outside of the facility, on the inside.
Alright.
Yeah, I can scope it out with macro binoculars.
Okay.
Because I got those. Is there like a central, like, power source for this facility, or...?
They're probably... I mean, you guys aren't exactly
Anything
looking from
we
an elevated view
Hmm.
right now, so you don't have, like, a top-down. You're just kind of seeing stuff over the top of the, like, fencing that goes around the outside.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like solid, like...
Yeah,
like a
it's
wall.
not like... Yeah, it's like a wall. It seems like a Duracrete, probably, like, quick-build sort of setup wall going around the outside. There's a couple of, like, gaps that probably could have blasters go through, but there's no, like, turrets or anything set up on the outside.
Okay. Can we get to an elevated position?
You could certainly try. You'd think that Creepy Cave, that direction probably has some overlook because it's kind of higher up off to the side. If you want to try and maneuver around to that.
I might be able to just get up to the wall and look in through one of the gun ports. And then if they attack us, we have gun ports.
There you go.
Gun ports work both ways sometimes.
This is true. Well, you say we. That's like you and Skull have guns. We don't have guns.
I am dumb I can't use guns.
Guns are against her religion?
I mean, I guess what's...
Unlike Mandalorians?
I mean, what's kind of the plan? Like, do we need to, like, clear this place out?
I mean, we at least need to scuttle their ability to retaliate against Zadra when we call him in to, like...
Provide air support.
Yeah. Now, I can try to, like, sneak in and get us some more info, or, like, try to sneak into the, cave itself and maybe try to sabotage it. But that'd be kind of a rogue solo mission rather than a...
Yeah. If we could get control of one of the anti-aircraft batteries, we could probably use that to blow up everything else.
I mean, you can also cause a distraction with your big scary monster in the cave
true.
that loves you very much.
It's true. But he's a good boy.
There's a big scary monster in the cave that loves you very much.
He's just a scary wolf-looking thing.
What do you do with the big scary monster that the Almighty?
In the scary cave, I think.
That Flopsy very much hates and is very terrified of that. Because my inner animal instincts is like, thing eats me.
It's true.
I am big.
I'm going to try and just get up to the wall without getting spotted, so I can just look through one of the
Give me an average stealth.
one of the gun ports and see what's going on in the wall.
Average stealth.
Average
stealth.
Average stealth.
I'll flip one of those.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh.
One success, one advantage.
Alright, you were able to sneak up to one of the gun ports, and the advantage, no one's in it. You peek in, it is open, and there's not a barrel. You don't forehead smack into a barrel.
It could have been real unfortunate if there was someone.
Peering through, you can see inside the facility. There's it looks like, as far as like the power for the facilities, it seems like most of it is independent for each device. Like there's not like a huge power.
They're running off generators.
There's like a generator for the battery, a generator for the other battery. There's like a refuel station that probably, like a small one that probably has its own power source. There's not a ton of like, there's one kind of like fenced off section that looks like it has probably power, but that's probably for like lights and stuff on the outside perimeter of the wall. Not so much like other parts of the facility inside. Maybe alarms or something would be off of that as well. You can see a number of people moving around. Mostly it looks like stormtroopers, as well as a couple of stormtroopers who are in that kind of strange dark and red and black armor. You don't see anybody else who likes... You can go ahead and roll me a hard perception to pick anything else out.
One advantage.
One other thing you do see the back of somebody. You can see like there's like in the center of this, there's this kind of frozen lake that all this is built around, and this like staircase that descends down to it, as well as two statues on either side. Actually, would the statues still be there? Yeah, the statues are still there. They're not going to like deface them. They don't care. But you do see what looks like somebody walking down those stairs who is in like a kind of dark set of robes.
Is he pretty square, long black hair, a little edgy, and he likes
This is the wrong
to have
time period.
sex
Wrong time
and eats
period.
nachos?
You can't really, because of the only advantage, I'm not even going to dignify that, that you can't see much apart from, like, it's like his back walking down into this thing.
Doesn't seem great.
Like, at a glance, it didn't seem like he was in armor. It seemed like he was in robes.
Yeah, it's probably space wizard
Rhymes
bullshit.
with Madam Sminer.
Adam Passenger.
How far is the nearest battery?
The nearest one from this gun port
Yeah.
is probably
Passenger.
30, 40 feet.
That's actually not that bad.
Fairly close. There's kind of one in this closer corner and one like kind of opposite
I mean, it's
corner.
going to obviously trigger a hell of a response if I do that, but like, as far as crippling air support and like the other AA gun, that might be our best move, but everybody's gonna have to kind of. I mean, shit's just gonna go loud if we do that.
I can like maybe if you guys cover me, like I could take control of it and shoot it. Shoot the other one. What?
Nah.
Well, what's your plan then?
I think I don't have a like rank in gunnery, so I assume.
Oh yeah, I guess that would. Be
I assume you're probably.
But I have 4 agility.
Yeah, so you're going to just be the best on it anyway. So
That's what I was. That's
and
what I
that frees me up to just
Try and unload on the people.
Yeah.
go prone and cover or stay here and use the gun port.
Right. Well, and I also probably have the highest probability of sneaking over to it. So.
Yeah, you do have the sneaky.
So then when I do go loud, then you guys are in a position.
And then that way, when
Moderate
this
sneak.
weird robed guy
Moderate
comes back up the stairs, he just gets hit by an entire.
Good lord.
Force stop this, bitch!
Parry this, you fucking casual.
I parry 4 damage. Amazing.
Amazing.
I'm
This
sorry.
is dealing on the planetary scale, so.
I'm sorry, boss. Did you hear something about a boss battle? We must have missed that.
This guy's definitely a scary boss. So you better use
Or
the
or
keyboard.
he's just like just a total nerd.
Which is.
We'll get to just push him around. I think that's kind of our.
feel like a man? Sorry.
Do you feel better now as she falls to the ground? I also was a middle schooler who thought my life was hard.
There's a great
honestly?
video.
Also, that song was on a soundtrack for an MX versus ATV game on the PlayStation Portable, I believe.
Oh, I remember those.
or Game Boy or something. Anyway,
Definitely.
more
Yeah,
important.
well, and then I mean that kind of gives us because if they rush up to try and take the battery back, we've got Flopsy up close. Skull and I can try and keep him at range. And as long as we all try and mostly use cover, which
okay.
I should really do more often. I tend to just stand in the open and fight it out.
You should talk to Square about not using cover and standing in the open.
I think, honestly, though, maybe let's kind of switch it up. Like, maybe not you do with Big Bad Guy.
Well, I'm the one. I'm the one that can shoot the big gun.
Yes,
You
can,
Yeah.
when it comes to when
Yeah,
it comes to
I'll
dealing
tango.
with the big bad guy, we'll play
Well,
it by ear.
we should all jump
Yes.
on it. But yeah.
There he is.
Team effort.
But
Team
I
up,
will
team up.
feel
I
really
feel like-
bad
is this-
if little
this
baby
game-
boy got hurt again.
Does this game
Yeah.
have a gang up bonus? Is that in this system or is that in?
Gang up bonus.
There's a
is
gang of bonus on
Savage.
Savage.
That's Savage ones. Okay.
There he is.
There's probably something for multiple.
I was
people.
just. Yeah, I was just remembering that was a thing, and I'm like, which system was that in? Because we don't really use flanking rules in D&D, so I'm like,
Because ain't nobody got time for that.
You know what you got
Unless you're playing a rogue, in which case you just get the
Yeah.
sneak attack, sometimes advantage.
Right.
But anyway, speaking of rogues, do you want to try and?
Yeah, let's do roguey things.
Rogue.
I'm gonna try and stealth my way
Rogue.
over to the battery, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I guess-
you're trying to like stealth over the wall and then get over to the closer of the two.
And then I think
Okay.
pretty much as
Yeah.
soon as the alarm is raised, the rest of us can just rush to the battery as well and kind of use it for cover.
Okay.
And we'll just.
So you guys all
There.
moving up to the like fence or the wall.
Yeah.
Everyone moving up to the wall. Give me an average stealth.
Okay.
Do I have to do it since I'm already here?
You had to go back to make the plan. So you got to roll.
Wow! Hey,
So,
look at you.
4 success, 1 advantage for old Manus here. You have.
One success for Skull, who continues to be horrifyingly quiet.
2 advantages?
Very creepy.
Look
Flat
at that!
roll
Look
for
at that
Flopsy.
ridiculous
That's
roll.
pretty
It's
dumb.
only advantages and it's only advantages and threats.
Well, you want to see an even crazier roll?
Nice. That is
Straight nothing. Is that
Yes.
hers?
Straight
That's
nothing.
right.
What was yours?
Even as possible.
4 advantages, 4
Across
success,
the
1
board.
advantage.
Okay. For the sake of this, you didn't technically fail. All advantage. You two may have you're not in as advantageous of a position along the wall, but you are able to get there without raising the alarm. You give me a coordination to get up over the wall. Easy coordination. Or average coordination.
Average.
Get up over this wall.
Boost him.
You gonna boost?
Yeah, we could throw him up there.
Yeah.
At a boost die.
Literally.
They're boosting you at a boost die.
2 success, 4 advantage.
You do so quickly and
Sheesh.
quietly.
Glad we gave you that boost die. So
Yeah.
you get 2 more.
Two more
advantage.
advantage.
Too big for people.
Go ahead and then give me a hard stealth to move up to the. Now that you're inside the facility, to move up to the AA gun.
2 success, 1 threat.
2 success, 1 threat. You slide into the AA gun. You like move up quickly, duck into the AA gun, and a guy goes, "Huh?" who seemed to be like scared. You gotta roll it. You gotta roll it.
Okay.
So you roll cool. he's going to roll vigilance, and we will see who gets to go first.
Yeah. So nobody sees this like fantastic sprint across open ground.
No.
You slide perfectly into the A gun. And there's
One
just
success,
So
one
this is
advantage.
one success, one advantage.
Oh, yeah.
One success. You are first.
So barely, like we both spot each other at the same time, but I'm just a little bit faster.
there is
Make an
one
attack.
very cold and very bored.
Stormtrooper.
And this guy seems like he's a more like engineer or like he's not a stormtrooper. He's like a turret operator.
He's about to be a dead operator. 4 success, 2 advantage.
He is, as much as I hate your joke, he is a turd head operator. He, like your pun, is very, very dead. I guess.
So he is. Once again, pointing out, Manus had absolutely no hesitation. Flat out
Just murdering this guy. Because you're a villain. You are inside of here. Go ahead. Did you have advantage on that?
Advantage.
On the
yes.
you had 2.
Yeah.
We'll say it's quiet enough that no one hears because you had advantage on it. You are in the AA gun.
Listen, technically, lightsabers don't make a ton of. Like, they're not like a gunshot.
Well, until you
But
hit a guy
it's
with
not
a mini
so-
screw.
or if like you stick it through him, like this guy's like walking past, and all of a sudden like a green blade sticks out of the side and then like goes back in. He's like, Didn't they say the only people we should worry about coming here had lightsabers? Alarm! Alarm! Alarm!
It's alright. The alarm's about to go off as I kick this and spin it around towards the other AA gun.
And you're going to try and fire on the other AA
slam
gun
the
first?
fire button.
Okay, go ahead and give me an average gunnery.
Okay.
Good thing you did this.
4 success, 2 threat.
4 success, 2 threat.
I hit him, but it's
Obviously.
loud.
You blast and it hits this other AA battery and it explodes and everybody knows. I want cools from you. Everybody else doing vigilance.
This is
Everybody
Manus
doing
at this
everything.
point is just cackling. Like this is the funnest shit Manus has done.
Everybody in the club
all
doing
day.
vigilance.
Everybody in the club doing except for me. I'm doing cool, and I got 3 success, 1 advantage.
3 success, 1 advantage.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is if somebody rolled 3 success exactly, you would have beat them by 1 advantage once again. Yeah, cheeky little.
There you go.
Ah!
2 success, 3 advantage for Flopsy.
Yeah.
Just 1 success.
There you
Oh, I didn't roll for
go. The old schoolboy.
the old schoolboy.
That's hilarious. That I'm just like 1 step ahead of
Is he
him.
He's last.
I've just got the whole Aladdin thing where I'm one step ahead of the lawman in this one. I'm just
One
like,
step
That
ahead
is
of the
that
lawman.
is the honestly that's just the best type of character. to
it's
play.
true. If
You
I
are
could
kind
play,
of, you are kind of.
he is kind of a. He's literally a street rat.
That is some of the most fun I've ever had playing D&D was a solo campaign that Eric and I did for a little while where I was literally like an Aladdin inspired street rat without a character level for the first like 3 or 4 sessions.
Street rats have the
It
most
was
fun, man.
it was a lot of fun.
So with 3 and 1 advantage, you're first.
All right. I guess I'm aiming. Is this? I guess this is daytime, right?
I assume. Unless you guys didn't say you waited
Yeah.
till night, so I
That's
assumed
true.
it was day.
Otherwise,
Otherwise, the stealth might have been easier.
that's right. We've got there's like aircraft. Can I
There
see
is
the
a
aircraft?
shuttle and 2 TIE fighters
Okay.
parked inside of this little...
I'm going to aim for the TIE fighter.
Okay,
One
one of the TIE fighters.
One of the TIE fighters.
Okay, go ahead and give me another average gun.
Ooh, 2 failures. So I just miss, I guess.
So you blast, and you're like starting to blast your turn, just kind of hits around there, and you're like trying to get the hang of how to maneuver this thing. After that,
Like
Look at this. Look
Zadra
at this bullshit.
getting bored. And
go ahead
just
and roll
sitting
me
in the,
a perception check.
Average.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
You gotta find him a Princess Jasmine now.
Perception.
He's gotta fall in love with.
1
Padme.
success, 1 advantage.
1 success, 1 advantage. People noticed and are maneuvering around and getting into cover from this thing. You can see, you see a couple of what looks like troopers in some of the darker armor moving really quickly and along a different like sight line than where you're aimed at, and you think probably trying to kind of move around and flank.
Fair.
And with that,
Can I? Is using your communicator a maneuver or free action?
I'll say it's. I will say it can be an incidental, but not an out of turn incidental.
Fair enough.
So on your turn, you could do so.
Okay.
Which it will be not yet. Who between you two is next? What was yours?
Just one success.
Just one success.
I had 3.
2. No, you had
Two,
2
yeah.
and 3 advantage.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So it's flop.
And so there's some like fire from stormtroopers at the turret itself. It does some damage, but mostly
To
like
the turret. No.
to the turret, and it seems still functional after one round of that.
It turns out, anti-aircraft batteries meant to take small arms fire.
That's right. So it'll be fun.
What am I do?
What you do?
What I do best? Fight.
Okay. So you're jumping over. Go and give me an athletics.
Nice. I'm
Average?
okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Average athletics.
Yeah, you see.
We also just have extremely high bronze.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
2
Yeah.
success, 1 advantage.
You hop over. You're on the other side.
I'm just like it's
First
like
person she sees.
It's like a horse like hopping over here, like whoop.
Where you're at, you're pretty close to where he went over, so there's nobody immediately near you. You can kind of branch off to the left or to the right, or you could try and go straight forward. Straight forward is into like a bunch of lines of fire, so
No.
probably better to try and kind of keep to the cover one way or the other. So left or right.
I'm going towards the big bad guys.
You don't know where the
Yeah.
big bad guys are.
Oh.
You don't know where anybody is, apart from like some people maneuvering in cover.
I guess I'm
Different side.
going towards the build or in more.
It's more like left or right.
It's like you're on the corner of a base, and if you go straight, you're gonna go past his turret and into a like where all
Kill box.
all the fire, like the kill box. But there's enough structures and crates so you could go to the right along the facility or to the left along the facility. And right brings you. Left will bring you closer to the stairs that go down into the cave. Right
Oh.
will bring you closer to the like power generator and the ships. Or not the ship. The left will be closer towards the ships as well as the cave, and then the right will be like a more of a path towards like the other power generator and other buildings.
Are we trying to take out the power generator?
No.
Not necessarily. It might be good to, but it's
Yeah, it was kind of my plan to shut down, like, if we could take that out to shut down the EAA guns, but since the anti-air guns have their own power systems anyway, and one of them we control and the other one's destroyed, that doesn't really matter.
Okay,
that
I'm
much at
just
this
gonna
point.
go down the stairs then.
So you're gonna go towards the one that goes.
Yeah.
Okay, you go that direction.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. Your maneuver or like your move into there will get you, as if you're staying in cover so they don't have shots on
Yeah.
you. Will not get you up to anybody yet.
Okay.
But you move that direction.
Cool.
Alright.
After that, yours was just one success.
Mm-hmm.
Skull will try and go up and over this thing.
I have full faith in him.
He is a big burly boy. 4 success and a triumph.
And suspiciously quiet.
You know what? With the triumph, here's what he'll do. He's gonna boost you and toss you up and over the wall, and then grab himself and pull himself up and over the wall. And then seeing you go left, he's gonna break right.
Okay.
And then it'll be your turn, and you don't have to spend your action to get up and over the wall.
Cool. So I'll suspend my movement to get into cover.
Okay.
I'll use an incidental action to tell Zadra that the 1 AA gun is destroyed. The other one's under our control.
He hears.
So he's clear for a flyby. We're trying to deal with, like, they've got grounded ships, but there's nobody in them.
Okay.
How many people can I see?
If you move up and get into cover, you can see, like, in cover, probably at least 8 to 10 stormtroopers in
Okay.
different spots.
We'll
and there's
just-
just the ones that are kind of firing on that position.
We'll just auto fire at the stormtroopers, I
Okay.
guess. What
Classic.
They're
range?
going to be at medium range from you here.
Medium range?
The
Okay.
closest ones will be.
So that'll and just 1 point for cover, or is there cover?
1 point for cover.
Okay. I can't aim because I had to get here. Not necessarily in my favor, but
Hey.
2 stormtroopers, a grand total of 2, will take 14 apiece.
All right, so you take out 2 stormtroopers. You like kind of blast into one of the little sections of cover, and the 2 stormtroopers there go. "Ah! Wow! Wow! I'll scream."
That's all I got.
Sweet.
You know, it's kind of funny. It's like if the Wilhelm scream was like on stormtroopers, and all the at least they're not stormtroopers, but like the Republic troopers, and the Republic troopers are all clones. It would make sense that you hear the Wilhelm scream all the time because they're all the same guy.
You know, that's an interesting
No,
Okay.
however, I believe the Wilhelm Scream was a rebel, so it kind of throws it all
There's
out
no
the window.
stormtroopers Wilhelm screamed as well,
Yeah, that's
as well as Nazis in more than one Indiana Jones film.
You're fair. That's fair.
And a lot of.
I mean, it's just a classic at this point.
I believe the original Wilhelm scream was like a guy being eaten by an alligator or crocodile or something. I don't remember. I don't. It's from a much older movie.
Oh,
it's just
I
for
see.
some reason that
it's
audio clip got like I don't like it's just
It's
like
a favorite.
Yeah, it's just a
It's
funny audio thing.
So,
I don't know.
then it'll be your turn.
Okay. I'll try to take out one of the ships again.
Okay.
Oh, I'll use my incidental to radio to them where I see these guys moving to.
Okay.
So that
It seems like you saw 2 of those troopers in dark armor. They're going to be in a direct path with the direction Skull went.
Okay. So I guess Skull will know they're coming.
Okay.
Do with that what you will.
They both come around the corner and wait. He's just waiting for it.
Just brutalized. Okay. Rolling. Oh Jesus Christ! That's 3 success with 4 advantage on the gun.
I'll say if you would like to, you could hit both the Typhons.
Nice.
With that. So you blast it like along the line. The only ship functionally left here is the shuttle.
Okay.
The only other thing that you were wanting to shoot left here is the shuttle.
Are you sure you're not a gunner?
I am now.
Some stormtrooper fire is going to come at the turret again. And it seems like enough hits happen on it, it is starting to affect it.
Okay.
It is still functional, but it's just like the controls are starting to get a little less responsive as they're like a bunch of them are unloading. A couple of them are going to fire over at you as well.
That'll be total of 2 black from cover and armor.
First one's 2 fails and an advantage. I'll give this guy a blue. The second one is 3 success, 3 threat. So you will... they're using blaster rifles, which I believe are 9.
Oh,
So I think that's going to be 12 before your soak.
it's 12 before soak. Okay, so I take 4.
Brutal.
And my 2 options at 3
Or is
threat.
it 8? One sec. Let me make sure I can cheat you. Oh, it's 9 plus 6, so yeah, 12. That was right.
Okay.
But you have 3 threat to spend.
So my 2 options are the classic, the active character falls prone, he just slips on the ice,
Which is hilarious. Which makes sense.
which I love doing. The other one, the active character grants the enemy a significant advantage in the ongoing encounter, such as accidentally blasting the controls to a bridge. The active character is planning to use for his escape. So like,
You dingus.
so I mean I like that one, but I don't necessarily know if there's a sensible way for this stormtrooper to
Give us an advantage.
yes.
You can come up with something. I don't have anything immediately.
Well, like I mean, if I just because of like where we're positioned, like if I was closer to like landing pads, then I'd say he hits that like fuel resupply station and then
blows.
blows stuff up.
But you're not really covered there.
Yeah. So maybe he just slips.
He slips and falls and looks like an idiot.
Because it's funny every time.
Every time. On the other side, though, that's the stormtroopers. The other people who are in this next initiative slot are different.
Stormtroopers.
They're
And
different
2 are going to be
different.
moving up there, and stuff will happen. But moving up the other side, someone that you did not notice, you kind of move around. You like move up along this left side. You like duck down and cover behind a box, and then you see like stepping around the outside. He's holding a blaster, like it looks like a blaster carbine or something on a sling. Mm-hmm. But as he steps around and he sees you like hunched down there, he like rounds the corner to be fairly close to you. And you see him like swing this to his back and pull out 2 like shorter sticks and clicks buttons on them, and electricity irradiates on both of these 2 stun batons. And he's going to charge towards you and attack you with the stun batons.
No!
Have any parry or anything?
I don't think so. I do have endure.
Right. That's like lets you ignore critical injuries for the sake of doing stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's about to be important, is what she's saying. ignoring critical injuries.
Okay. And he's going to attack you with a frenzied attack.
No.
You have lots of so you're fine.
And it'll be an average. You have 1 point of defense. And what's your baton attack? Ooh, three advantage, which is enough to activate that. So, his paired stun batons, he turns out melee weapons can also have multi-attack in a weird way if they're paired. So, what is going to happen here is you are going to take. Let me make sure I know how this works.
I'm gonna die.
I think they're stun batons, so you'll probably just be
You'll just fall
unconscious.
unconscious and go into a torture room. It's fine.
And lose a leg.
Yeah, 100% of the people that we know that have been tortured did lose their leg.
So, you can't do both of those things, but that's fine. Well, unless it's... How much is that? Oh, yes. Oh, actually, you can do both. Oof. Oofa doofa. So, you are going to be hit for... I can't because it's too dark. 9 stun damage.
Okay.
Not enough. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, so that's you'll take 3.
And then 9 more stun damage.
You'll say
As he
so
smacks
6
with
total.
both of these. So a total of 6 that you're going
So
to take
that'll
on your
be
strength
So you'll
threshold.
go down to 6. Yeah. Or no. Sorry. 3, 7. You'll go down to 7. Which is pretty good against you because you don't have as much strain as you do wounds.
Is this guy in,
Except in this fight where they're actually even. So.
like, laminate armor, or just in robes?
He's
or?
not in your line of sight, but he's in Purge Trooper armor. He's in laminate armor. It seems like this is maybe like a specialized or high-ranking Purge Trooper, but he's in Purge Trooper armor, not Inquisitor's gear.
Fair enough. All right.
And you hear blaster fire coming from the direction. Like, you see Skull kind of went around the other direction, and there's blaster exchange going on over there, but you're not sure what the outcome of that is yet.
Probably get over and help him at some point.
All right. So I think that's back to the top.
And then it should be... No, it's you, then them, and then I believe Flopsy is next. This guy's up in your business, and he hits you twice with those stun batons.
Gonna give him the bop.
Yeah.
He has adversary 1,
Please.
Okay.
so you will upgrade one of the... It's an average check, but you'll upgrade 1 to a red. He also has 2 ranks of melee defense.
Okay.
Because his armor
Okay.
gives him 1, and his weapons give him 1.
So you can, use the Sunder property if you get some advantages. So I'll remember to add that. So that. There you go.
So much stuff.
Mother Teresa.
Okay. So 2 success, 1 advantage.
Alright.
So that is a total
2
of
success, 1 light side.
yeah. So it's, that light side's
It can be used as an advantage with your special punch.
My special punches. God be with you.
Yes. So that's
Bless you.
4, 6, 7, 8.
8. Alright. He is going to use parry. Alright.
No.
And he's going to
stop.
take, even though he doesn't get to use soak, he will take less of that. As he kind of, you swing with this and he kind of reflects up against it with the 2 electro batons, and it kind of skids across his shoulder pauldron instead. And with that, he takes some of it though.
Yeah. There you go.
He takes some damage.
He didn't die.
He did not die.
He did not
He
instantly
did not instantly die as soon as you attacked him.
This is bullshit.
This game's
He didn't
rigged.
fall.
Inconceivable.
After you, I believe it was Skull,
Yeah.
who's going to be doing some stuff.
You hear blaster fire.
There's
You
more
hear-
blaster fire
you hear
over there.
blaster fire.
And you see Skull kind of like step back around the corner in that straightaway where you can see him, and you see he's kind of like taking cover behind this and firing. And it looks like he does have some damage on him. He maybe got hit. And with that, it will go to you.
I'll shoot from where I am, and then I'll move in the direction of Skull, I
You
guess. So I guess it's the exact same roll that I just made, just auto-firing on stormtroopers. 2 fails, 1 advantage, which means 3 advantage. This is insane. What a ludicrous build.
Who let me do this?
Present.
Pretty
Praise be with you. And to you as well.
And do you
That doesn't do any good because that's just till the end of the current round, unless somebody else is shooting at that same stormtrooper. I'm gonna gain +1 range defense.
You got it.
Until the end of my next turn.
Sweet.
And then I'll run the direction that Skull is in.
Okay, you can kind of get just next to Skull, or like just behind him, loaded up on that wall. And from there, it goes back to the top, man.
Got it. Can I see the stairs from this AA gun?
Yes, you can. They're kind of central inside of this.
Do I try to take out the stairs, or do I try and just mow down as many stormtroopers?
I'll just mow down stormtroopers.
And the shuttle's still up,
Mm-hmm.
and you think that as far as like hitting the stairs, first of all, they're literally like flush with the ground, so it'd be kind of an awkward angle with an AA gun to hit stairs.
No, it's you'll fire at them in proton torpedo style. Let's just take a 90 degree.
That's right. And moreover, you think that hitting the stairs will just make it really annoying for you guys to get down there. It won't really damage the actual structure you're here to destroy.
That's fair.
Functionally,
I
it's
will-
just blowing up the staircase down to it.
I will try and take out some of these guys that are shooting at me.
Okay. It's weird with planetary scale weapons and
I see.
people. It'll be a little bit more narrative for the sake of this. Do an average gunnery for me.
Okay.
There's not really, like, the rules don't... The way the rules directly translate is basically, like, you can't use planetary weapons on people
I see.
directly because it just doesn't work that way.
Right.
But for the
I
sake
mean,
of this...
If we want to say like, I can
Well,
also
you
just
can't.
shoot the
Yeah,
shuttle.
well, and
Like-
you can't. Yeah, and you can't make. The big thing is like you can't make gunnery checks at like.
an individual.
Well, that's somebody who's like
Close.
engaged.
Mhm.
Like, you can make gunnery checks with like ship scale weapons. It's just there has to be some kind of like hand waviness in it.
And I can, if it makes it easier, I can just shoot the shuttle. It's not a big deal. I was just
You can shoot at them if you'd prefer. It's just going to be a very kind of hand-wavy sort of narrative.
I
sort
want to
of
know
deal.
exactly how much damage that specific stormtrooper took. It's only one advantage anyway.
Okay, so it seems to like lay down some explosions around them, but doesn't kill anybody.
Fair enough. Okay, that's my.
That's you.
That's the turn.
After that, some more stormtrooper fire is going to come in at the turret. And
I step out of the turret and deflect the.
swing around. Enough fire comes through that the turret ceases to function.
Okay,
It
fair
seems like they hit it enough times that it finally stops.
Thank God.
And with that, you're around the other edge now. Those stormtroopers do not have eyes on you anymore, so they can't shoot at you. You guys are also... So,
Moving, I guess.
after it goes down, you're like... Move forward!
What
Move
do we do
forward!
now?
Get him!
Yeah.
Uh,
Move closer. Move within whacking range.
And then it'll be these different collective purge troopers that are stationed here, including Baton Boy.
Baton Boy.
Is
No.
that how he's written down in your notes?
He is not written that way.
Leave me alone or die. Jesus.
He has a setback from your
Baton Boy.
defense.
I mean, we should have air support coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, that is going to be
No.
another...
No.
That's going to be another 8 stun damage.
But
he
Soak
does-
6 of that.
But he does not get enough advantage to activate his paired weapon bonus, so
You'll
you only
you
take
down to
the
5.
one hit.
Hey, you can recover strain
Super fast.
from
Yeah.
the spending.
Advantage. right?
Exactly.
Yeah. You can get tons of it.
It seems like maybe your guys' likeness is out there and they're trying to take you guys alive or something. Who knows?
Who knows?
Because this guy had some distance on you and a gun and chose to try and beat you to
Chose.
unconsciousness with stun batons.
Alright. So, wait, it's
And then there's going to be some fire from these other two
Right.
on Skull.
Well, you make more money taking the bounties in alive.
We'll have that.
Market moo.
You see Skull get hit in the shoulder that he's carrying around again and another shot go wide. It seems like he's injured pretty good after those two. What you do?
Yeah, she's swinging.
Taking your turn?
Swing. Yeah, I know he's blocking me.
I suppose you can take your turn.
Yay! No! But
So, tons of advantage, but one failure.
Yeah, 2 light side, 3 advantage.
That's 5 advantage. But a failure.
I'm soaking all my wounds.
You could heal 5 straight.
Yeah.
You could give this guy. You could give that guy
Uber
blacks.
You have this moment of resolve where you're like, I'm so mad that you can't knock me out. Let's go.
There you go. Yep. Heal all 5.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Undoing his hard stun work. And from there, it will go to Skull, who will fire at one of these perishables. With an aim this time. 3 successes, quite good. 3 plus the 7 from his blaster pistol is a 10. They got a soak of that. So, okay. He blasts through here again, and then it will be your turn.
I would like to take Skull's place, shooting around the corner.
Okay, you could probably like drop to a knee and go like a lower sightline and still have cover because he's kind of peering around the corner. I'd say. Actually, you guys could use this as cover. Rounding the corner, you can see 1 dead purge trooper and 1 purge trooper who's behind a box in cover.
Nice job, Skull.
You got one of them.
They have adversary, right?
These ones do not.
These ones do not.
These ones actually. Let me look. Yes, this one does have adversary 1. Sorry.
Okay. That's what I thought. What range?
The range is medium here.
Do they get any bonus from armor, or is it?
They do.
Just
They have
cover?
one. There'll be 2 setback because they're in cover,
Yeah.
and he does have a point of range defense.
I will
With first
aim
trooper.
and probably not auto fire. The dice. The dice are really stacking up against me, so I may not auto fire. Especially because there's like, it would just be hitting him a whole
Multiple
bunch.
times.
Uh,
This one does appear to not have been hit yet. He's
well,
not injured.
that might change things.
Skull seems to have successfully hit the other one 2 or 3 times, you're not sure, to bring him down. But that was with a less impressive weapon than yours. His wrist blaster is just a heavy blasting pistol, basically.
We'll auto fire on him.
Okay,
Go big or go home.
that's right. You didn't come here to not auto fire and miss all but 1 very impressive shot.
Yeah. 1 success, 1 advantage. So, 3 hits for 13 damage.
3 hits for 13 apiece. That's enough to kill him. You
There
take
you
him out, and it blasts and kind of hits him a couple times over the cover, and he goes down.
Dude, that weapon's a fucking menace.
Yeah, and when
I say that as using a lightsaber.
and when it gets completely destroyed, or I somehow lose it to the point
Oh,
that I'm
don't
going
you
to
worry.
have to entirely
Don't you worry.
replace it. Oh,
That's the
gonna
thing,
be
is you
rough.
guys aren't fighting wolves at every encounter.
Right.
People will be intelligent,
Yes.
and especially people who have fought you before will be intelligent. And they're you never know what could happen. Speaking of, it'll now go to the top of the initiative order, which will be you.
Hello.
Hello.
Do I have anybody
Real
that I
mad
could
here.
maneuver to?
I would say that 2 of them have moved up close enough you could. Doing so would put you in line of sight of all of them, though. Because like there are 2 have moved straight up towards the turret, so you'd be out in the open with the other ones that are in cover.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and rabbit out and go to where Flopsy is.
Okay, are you trying to do so without them seeing you?
Yeah, let's
Go ahead
try.
and give me stealth.
Why not? I have stealth. I'll do that.
There's a bunch of snow and ice hanging in the air. From
I did create a bit of a smoke screen.
That's right. This is true.
Average or hard?
It will be hard because they are all. You have a lot of eyes on you, boo boo.
1 success, 5 advantage.
All right, damn. 1 for each of the
Those,
stormtroopers who doesn't see it.
those purple dice did not show up on
They
the
did
not.
monitor.
You are able to slip out of the back of this, and you can see them still like moving up and like getting in position to try and breach and clear this turret.
It's the classic. They get up to the back and there's a hole cut in the back.
Yes.
Looks like
Arc
it's a
welder! Plasma cutter or lightsaber? You're not going to be able to make a combat check this turn, but you'll be able to move around and get up to where, like, next turn you could move and be adjacent and do an attack.
Gotcha.
And you can see this dual stun baton wielding purge trooper fighting Flopsy. Speaking of which, the stormtroopers breach and clear an empty box, and the purge trooper will attempt to go after Flopsy again.
All right, let's see it.
And he's, you know what? He's using his frenzied attack.
No.
He's attacking you in a frenzied fashion.
No.
He's going to suffer some strain and make this a little better. You will have one.
Well, if he's suffering strain from doing this attack, then in the strain battle here,
Right.
he's losing.
So,
Until now.
success to advantage and a triumph.
Ooh.
So that means he can activate both of these things. So one success means that the stun so it will be stunning you twice for 10.
Okay, so you'll take
10
8.
apiece? Or
10
total?
apiece.
Okay,
10 each. Two hits, both of
I
which are for
just
10 stun.
erased this.
No.
Okay.
8 total, so that brings you to
What's her
13 strain.
No, but what's her soak? 6?
6.
So yeah, you take 8 from 13, so you're at 5. Yeah, strain.
Back down to 5.
Yeah. Rail roller coaster of strain.
That's
here.
right. He basically swings both of these at the same time, and they clap, hit you right on the chest, and it and he pumps as much. Basically he activated both the stun quality because he has a bonus stun quality and the paired quality on these. So.
And I did not go down. Yes, I am strong.
Listen, just wait till I have paired lightsabers, then you're all in trouble.
Then you'll see. Then you'll all see. And
I wouldn't want to fight you at close range. Long range, though.
Be very
That's why I have to
afraid.
flex and dodge.
Either I'm going to make
Okay.
mine.
And then it'll be the end of them, so it's you.
Oh, it'll be the end of them for sure.
What can I do to kill them?
What can I do to kill
You
them?
can punch.
You can do that.
You can punch.
So
again, melee,
and then
there will be
that.
2 setback die, and
No.
his adversary, so upgrade one of the purples to red.
You
So
still
be purple,
have-
red, black, black.
Very good,
No.
but still not. So that's just 2 advantage.
You're going to get
Dark
some
side.
strain back, or you're going to apply some dice.
Play some dice.
You want to give a blue to a friend or a black to him?
You can give a blue to me because I'll probably
I'll
get to
blue
go
to me,
help
Okay,
you out.
he's got a blue.
Okay.
And after you, it'll go to Skull, who is going to kind of reposition and kind of go around this structure that you guys are using as cover and try and get a line of sight, and he's just going to start shooting at the stormtroopers.
Who are just
Who are
standing
just-
around in
who are
the
like
box.
looking inside the box like, where'd he go?
No, they're in the box.
No. Welcome to the Thunderdome. And that'll be...
That was pretty slick. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Like, that was a
unfortunately,
crazy
though, he
impressive roll,
misses.
too.
So he fires, and it kind of lights up around where these guys are, but he does not hit them. And then it'll go to you, Rhen.
Look, skull flips, I flip.
Yes.
Auto firing on stormtroopers.
All right.
Classic.
So here's the thing. With the angles you can take, you can have 2 of them within your line of sight, or you can have 4 of them within your line of sight. If 4 of them are within your line of sight, it's long range. 2, it's medium.
I'll just do the 2 at medium
Okay,
then.
that's going to be the 2 that are that moved up to the turret.
It's a duck sitting on top of like a fountain, like those fountain jets. Just stand next to the fountain jet goes up.
Jeez.
And then the duck lands and he swims back to it.
2 success, 1 threat, which means with my various mods, it's just barely enough to auto fire once. So I hit both of them for 14.
Enough to kill them both. He killed 2 stormtroopers.
I feel like auto firing on stormtroopers is like Will's just go by word.
That's the name of the build.
Yeah.
Auto fire on stormtroopers.
I guess I'm moving up to the dual wielder boy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be whacking him.
All right, roll it.
So that's
Baton boy.
Baton boy.
He does have 2 ranks of melee defense and 1 of adversary. So yeah,
Right.
1 red, 1
But
purple,
I
2
get
black.
a boost, and I get another boost from my
From your accurate weapon. Yep.
Ha! Hoo hoo hoo! For success, but he can spend 1 threat.
Take a
So-
strain.
Yeah.
That'll help him knock you out
Yeah,
later.
that's true.
What you're doing to this man hurts you.
Yes.
Hurts your
So
brain.
4 plus 6, right? From
Yep,
your
so
list?
that's
So 10 that he can't soak, but he can parry. So he's going to suffer a couple more strain, which he probably shouldn't do too much more of that. And he's going to parry it and reduce that damage down a little bit.
Okay.
And after you is Stormtroopers, who are going to be firing at Skull, and not you, actually, because you didn't get a line of sight on them, so they have line of sight on you.
Oh, that's true. I
You
killed
killed
the
the
two-
ones
I
that
killed
could
the
have
two
shot
that
at
had
you.
line of sight.
But some are going to fire at Skull, which will be at this difficulty, which is miss with some advantage, give him that. one more hit. Skull looks very bad off. He's taken 3 blaster rifle shots now. He is hanging on but by a pair of threads. Luckily he's pretty tanky, so he's tanked those ones, but he's taken a good bit of damage here. And after them, it will be this baton boy who is cornered here. He's going to try and focus on the big one first, and then switch over to you after.
No.
He is not going to suffer strain to upgrade this one, because he doesn't have enough left to be confident doing that if you guys start throwing shenanigans his way. To be average.
All the
one
shenanigans his way.
Success.
He's
and
trying to
try.
kidnap me and
That's
be a
pretty good.
slave again.
You're fine. I'm here.
He's going to hit you once for 10 stun.
Me or her?
Her.
So you'll take 4.
Ooh.
By a single thread.
I am seeing stars.
Alright. As you see, Flopsy's lined up swaying pretty bad as he hits you again in the side with this spawn button.
The spawn button.
The spawn button. No, he's sending you back to your bed. And that's the end of his turn. It'll go to Flopsy after that.
Alright, Flopsy. Keep punching?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not quite dead. In fact, you're actually very far from dead.
Yeah.
You're just
Gonna
quite
get knocked.
close to being unconscious.
Yeah, I'm gonna get knocked out.
Oh, and
Ready?
Hey, 1 success, 4 advantage.
1 success, 4 advantage. What are you doing with the 4 advantage? 1 success for you is 7. He's not going to parry that. He is still going to be up, though very bad off after that hit.
You can recover strain.
You can get forced
Recovering strain might be a good goal.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Let's-
So you recover 4 strain, so you're back up to 5.
Yeah.
Which is that guy's previous turn. Yet again.
Once again. Perfect. And after you, it will go to Skull, who will fire on.
Overall, in the
That's how. Okay. I
overall
was
in
reading
the,
up on how
in
dodge
the,
worked.
in
I have
the-
2 dodge, and I haven't really been using it.
Mhm.
But I can suffer strain to upgrade their checks to
Yes.
hit me. So
I think it's a maneuver?
It's a
Or it's an incidental.
yeah.
Alright, when they attack.
overall in the strain race, that guy's losing.
It is true.
That's fair.
He's outputting a lot, but
He's putting it on the exact. If you didn't have so much damn soak, if you didn't try to do the teddy bear, if you didn't try to hit the teddy bear with this, then he probably would have knocked someone else out by now.
Listen,
I mean,
tank
I
draws
have
on Niagara.
crazy soak, so I might have been fine. But
don't-
Flopsy's strain is higher than mine,
Yeah.
so I would probably have been down by now.
This
What
guy's
did I say? I
whole
was a
thing
slave
is dealing out
fighter.
a lot of strain real quickly, but not enough for
Would have
that
gotten
big,
me,
thick teddy
but
bear.
I have other things to help.
Anyways, that's Skull shoots. You hear a stormtrooper scream. Then it's your turn.
I would like to yell at Skull to
Keep firing.
get into
assholes.
cover, you big stupid robot. If you die, I'll never forgive you. And get into a position where I can shoot at the remaining
Stormtroopers. There's a couple left still. There's rounding the corner. There seems to be 3.
3.
2 of which are in cover. 1 is not. So if you're trying to auto fire, you'll have
They'd
to
have
do
to
it against
be
cover.
against cover.
And you can choose to be at long range and stay in cover, or move up to medium range, but you won't be in cover anymore.
Yeah, we'll stay. We'll move up to medium range.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
that
up
way.
towards
That
it.
way, they definitely won't shoot at Skull.
That's true. You'll be a much easier shot at that point. Unless Skull moves up to you and takes the bodyguard maneuver.
No, you fool! you heroic fool!
You heroic fuel.
Is hero fuel a energy drink? If not, it should be. Okay. Cover. Auto fire. Can't aim. 1 success, 2 threats. So I only hit 1 of them for 13 damage.
So you kill one of them. There's 2 still left. Because you auto generate 2 advantage, right?
Yeah.
So it's a straight, just 1 success.
Mhm.
Okay. So you fire and you shoot, go across here. We'll say, because you did auto fire, that it hit one of the ones in cover. Because you did the cover bonus. I'm going to say it sprays across and it hits one of the guys in cover.
The first attack was
one of them.
directed towards
Yeah.
one of the ones.
So it's one of those guys dies, and then it'll go to top of the initiative order with you, Manus.
All right, I will try and give him the whack.
Give him the whack. The double whack. A green, a red, and 2 black is the difficulty. With whatever your nonsense is.
3 success, 3 threat, and a triumph.
Okay.
So I'm gonna crit the fuck out of him.
Alright.
Actually, with my triumph, can I use that to like disarm one of his?
I'd say you could sunder.
I could
Can't
sunder
you use
it?
the sunder quality?
I think it's a
Oh.
lightsaber. Yeah.
Well, you
yeah,
can-
all lightsabers have sunder.
Yeah. Well, you can also, like, you can choose to not do damage, but instead to destroy an item they're holding.
No, I definitely want to damage him.
right.
I just- but does sunder let
I
me?
mean, look at what.
That's.
I could probably look it up.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's right there. That's why we have them. That's why we have them bookmarked.
Where is it?
The top of the. And then you're like you're like triumph
I'm damage
specific
one
options.
step to
Oh, here we go. Upgrade the difficulty of target characters checked. Upgrade an ally. Do something vital, such as shooting the controls of nearby blast doors, or to seal them shut.
So technically, the way it works is it damages it in steps.
I see.
From minor, moderate, and major.
Gotcha.
So to destroy it, you have to activate it multiple times, basically.
I see. Okay. In that case, I'll just crit him, I guess. Well, what does the minor damage do? Does that cause any sort of...
It doesn't say here if it causes any debuff. Here's the thing, man.
Okay.
You're dealing 9 unsoakable,
Soak.
and he does not have enough strain to parry, which is enough to kill him.
Okay, fair enough.
So this is all semantics.
I guess we should have led with that, yeah. In that case, I don't damage them so I can pocket them for later.
There you go.
Actually, that would be... Because that's a melee weapon?
It's melee. It's not lightsaber. It's melee.
Yeah, I guess
But it is
that's
a
true.
paired set of stun batons.
That's pretty rad. But
They would
not
use
useful for
brawn,
me. Yeah,
technically.
not useful for me.
Yeah.
Unless I can cheat them and use like Ataru striker techniques, but they're not lightsabers, so it doesn't.
You know, I would let you attempt to train and get better and eventually do something like that, but
It's one of those.
that's what I say every day.
The idea, super rad. However, not in this system. Like if I built my character differently, then maybe I could do something like that. But we're not gonna sit here and like ring the system to try to.
I've already done that enough for,
Exactly.
for flops.
Exactly.
You take this guy out.
Yeah.
After you is Stormtrooper's turn. There's going to be some return fire. It's going to come at you because you're the open.
You fool.
I was really well. I'm
Like
trying
your armor.
fire away. I am bodyguarding my bodyguard.
Success 1 threat, so 10 and just 2. You have 2 threat to spend if you'd like to on one of them, but you will have 1 hit for 10 damage.
1 hit for 10 damage. I will take 2.
Gross. Who let this guy have tanky armor? This is bullshit. I look at my force so
Well, it
quick.
can't
Well,
currently
it's-
absorb lightsabers.
It's-
That's just what
it's
he's working
also,
on fixing next.
Yeah, it's also like I've taken quite like more than one like perk from skill trees. That's
Sure.
all about just like you gain +1 soak.
Right.
Well in armor, you
Well in
gain
armor,
+1
you
soak.
It's one of those things.
He's a Mandalorian. It's literally his thing.
You built your character a certain way. My character, very good at different things.
Yes.
However, because you're good at things that I'm not good at,
It's bullshit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
that I'm able to just slip out of combat and run over here and do whatever I need to. It's like, alright, get back here.
You climbing around through vents and taking people out quietly. I would really be able to do
You're
You
a
can't do the
face
quiet
tank.
thing.
I'm very much a dodge tank. Like I can spend my strain to upgrade checks and
That's
parry
rogues,
and
baby.
deflect. And
So that was them. After you, which means it's Flopsy.
Flopsy.
Oh my god.
You're I guess there's no enemy like in range at the moment.
You could move up behind the other stormtroopers. You could either get up to them this turn but not attack, or get partway there and do so quietly if you want to try and sneak up to them. Roll me stealth. Roll me an average stealth in the heat of the moment.
Stealth. So that is that you don't have any stealth. Right?
Nope,
No.
I'm not stealthy.
You're
girl.
fine. I just wanted to.
I'm a big girl. Hey.
1 success, but 4 threat.
Hey.
You are able to move up pretty quietly to like the halfway point here, which means that you're dangerously close when a ship comes flying over the top of this, and you see some spaceship lasers blast down on these stormtroopers.
Oh, hell yeah.
And blasting along here, there's an explosion, and these two stormtroopers go "Whoa!" through the air and land, and then this ship flies over the top of you. But it doesn't hit you.
It's like
He didn't have any threat, so you don't take any damage.
It's like
just 5 strength.
Force
Just
Awakens, where they're fighting in the field. They're like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And then all the X-wings fly.
That's right.
Which is a great scene.
Although you guys had that under control, Zadra showed up just in time
just
to
in time to
steal the last 2 kills from
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess we'll.
I kind of want to make a quick mechanics check on my droid.
All right, go for it.
Maybe some after combat checks real
Mhm.
quick.
Which is going to be because he's lower than
He is.
So
He's lower than
it's
half. So it is, since on someone else, but they're lower than half, it'll be an average check, I believe.
1 threat, 1 triumph.
For the sake of that, we'll give him a wound back. And we won't make him lose any strength.
I'm just looking to see how we recover strain. What in the fuck? Oh, it's the force power trip.
I patch up.
I was just like,
I
what?
patch up
Patch up
the
one of
worst of the
Yeah.
sparking wires.
And we can worry about the quick out-of-combat incidental stuff off camera, because I think this is a good spot to stop this episode. As you guys have seemingly cleared out at least the outer part of this facility. Whoever that was in the robe still lies inside. Who that is, we will find out.
Hopefully hiding in a closet.
Probably waiting with their 3 arms and 4 lightsabers to fight you guys. You know the Keister saber.
It's a real threat. You're
4
gonna
of
like,
8 of lightsaber combat. They call it the Huli Fook combat form. Anyway,
you're gonna be like, Manus, why are
In
you using 3
the
lightsabers?
In the fight, we cut off all 3 of his arms with lightsabers, and
he starts
turns on
spinning
the
in a
force.
circle in his house. He just turks you all to death. And with that great little side comment, this little adventure we've gone on. Thank you for watching, everybody. We will unravel what that other individual is and what they can figure out about this strange cave next time on our Combined Star Wars game.